Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I have a fun little video for you guys. I know I've been really bad about posting. First of all, I have been going through a big transitional period of my life where I just moved across the country and I started a new job, and so I'm trying to find a good work-life balance currently. But I feel like I've lived here for about a month now and I have been missing making content across all of my platforms. So I am back. And this season is like my favorite season ever. It is spooky season, which means that it is time for Halloween costume inspiration, which is perfect. And then on top of that, holiday videos are coming soon, which is great. Christmas present inspiration. Let me know what kind of videos you guys would like to see from me. Would you guys like Christmas themed projects, or would you like gift ideas? Who you would like gift ideas for? So let me know anything like that in the comments. Feel free to also DM me ideas on Instagram as well. I am very excited for today's video because we are going to be starting off the holiday season, none other than spooky season, Halloween time, which means that I'm going to be giving you guys a handful of my favorites, easy-ish, I would say, very DIY-able Halloween costume ideas. As always, I will have a link to the Pinterest board that I will be using down below so that you guys can find all of these ideas. It has links to patterns, links to all of the inspiration. So please go ahead. If you guys see anything that you like, everything's always on my Pinterest. I have tons of boards, so follow me on there because it's all on there. But let's go ahead and let's get started. I feel like this year there are lots of like just very fun and kind of whimsical project ideas, which I love, and they're also very easy, which I also love. One of my favorite things, and I know I've said this in previous years, but is whimsical Halloween costume ideas. I think this year we are going to be seeing a lot of fairies, a lot of butterfly costumes, which makes my heart so happy. I also know that there is a very popular ladybug costume that is trending this year, and I also think that that's very DIY-able. I went ahead and made a crochet pair of shorts, which was really simple, and then I added like the little like polka dots on there to make it look more like a ladybug, as well as a little decal of a ladybug as well. And that's also such a simple project where you can make one of the pieces. And then I just picked up a pair of wings from Amazon. You can find them anywhere. You can also DIY that if you want. And then after that, I went ahead and just wore all black with it. Super basic, super simple, but so cute, and it's a perfect last minute costume idea. So if you guys are still unsure of what you want to be, or you have an event that comes up last minute, I feel like that's a very safe idea, as well as any animal really of that sort as well. You could be a butterfly. There's definitely ways to make butterflies more complicated. I've seen some really beautiful top ideas, which I think are absolutely stunning. I've seen sweaters, so if it's chillier where you are, I think that's a perfect concept as well as DIYing the wings. I've seen some where it almost looks like lace, and I think that's absolutely stunning. And you can use any color palette. It would also be a fun group project idea. So if you went out with a group of friends, you could all be like a different colored little butterfly. I think that would be so adorable. And again, I think it would be also fairly simple. I don't know. I haven't made that one yet, but I do think it's really cute, and I think it would be very doable, especially if you have a short time frame, because I know Halloween's definitely coming up. It's only about 2 weeks away, but I think that's very doable. The Void would like to say hello. Say hello to Griselda, everyone. Grizzy. Oh, she wants back down. She wants to just like be here, but she doesn't want to be like picked up, you know? She's just existing. So if you see a tail, that's Griselda. She's my favoriteest Halloween decoration in the house. Oh. I am cat sitting right now, so that's what this guy is. This is Fazaldrin. You can't see her right now, but she's the black cat. This is Griselda, and then Croissant, but he's sleeping upstairs. And he's another orange guy, just not as floofy as this one. This is kind of just him all day. He kind of just sleeps. I love him. He's like a little big stuffed animal. He's adorable. I also, as far as like animals and insects goes, I absolutely love the idea of taking something like a cat Halloween costume or something very simple, a cheetah, anything. You could have a very basic outfit, but then crocheting like one little piece of it. Because then you can still say you made it, which like isn't a lie, you did. But I love that idea. It's so easy. Like this is the perfect last minute costume idea. There's a really cute one where it's a deer. Imagine you crochet like a little dress or like a little like ruffly brown skirt, and then DIY like a pair of like horns. Are they called horns? Antlers? Like a deer, like horns. You could crochet those. What are those called? Are they called antlers on a deer? I think so, right? Okay. Regardless, you could crochet like little ears, which I think would be really cute. And you could put like little dots on your face, make yourself like a little doe. I think that would be adorable. One of my favorite things to do for crochet Halloween stuff is just crocheting a hat. Like, I know that sounds very minimal and basic, but it's so simple. And I also like the fact that a lot of times you can reuse them throughout the year because it's literally just the one piece. So there's a really cool like dinosaur one, which I think is really fun. I've seen people do the Duolingo owl, which is so niche, but I think it's so funny. You could be a little frog, and there's different ways you can approach a frog too. And when it comes to hats, you can make them as hoods, you can make them as bucket hats, beanies, whatever your heart desires. And a lot of times those projects are only going to take you 4 or 5 hours max. So you could literally make it the day of Halloween if you really wanted to. I've made this project before and I'll insert the photo, but Shrek hats, so funny. And you can also make them if you have a pet, make one for your pet. You could be matching Shreks, little matching ogres. It's the funnest project. It's so simple, but it turns out so cute. And I have definitely worn mine, I'm not gonna lie to you, just like for fun. And every time I wear it out in public, I always get a compliment. People love it. People automatically know what it is. They're like, oh my God, you're Shrek. And I'm like, thank you. Yes, I am. The topic of more whimsical project ideas, I kind of want to lean into that because that's like, it's what I'm passionate about. I love whimsical costumes. They make my heart so happy. I love witch costumes and I love fairy costumes. Those are like my 2 favorite things ever. I've seen some really, really cool witch ones this year where they're almost like, I don't know, like kind of like retro-esque. Everything's very flowy. Everything's very like oversized. Everything just kind of like, imagine like a gust of wind and the whole outfit would just kind of like flow about. It's so pretty. And again, it's one of those things where you're not making it specifically like a costume per se. So styling all these pieces together will make it look like a costume. But if you crochet something for it, you can reuse that later, which I feel like is genius. I think a great way to shoot for this is by like a little shrug, or you could also do a crochet poncho. Crochet ponchos have been one of my favorite niches recently because they go with everything and you can style them all year long. All year long. I don't know why I sound like that. All year long, long, all year long. Anyway, you could be a witch, very whimsical, crochet little hats to go on top per usual, or you could buy one. No one's gonna stop you. And bonus points, you could use a stick. Just go outside, find a stick. That's your wand. Just saying. Just saying. Super easy, super fun. It's gonna be one of my projects this year. It's gonna be one of my costumes. I'm very excited about her. She's so simple, so easy. DIYable, practical. What more could you ask for? Unless, this brings me to my next one. If you want to be a fairy. Fairy costumes are a little bit more, I feel like, an effort to put in because one of the main elements is wings. Wings are something that you can find for really, really cheap on Amazon, but they are more complicated if you want to make a pair of them. I'll insert a picture. I did make a pair last year for my fairy costume. That took me forever and they didn't turn out good. Like I don't think that they're bad and I got a lot of compliments on them. They were heavy, like you can't store them. They took forever and they did not turn out the way that I wanted them to. And there's definitely ways to do that, but I do think it's a more complex project idea. But I will insert photos of like my favorite crochet or knit or just DIYable fairy wing ideas. Because if you have the time and you are someone who like wants to do that, please do it. Because when I see these, I've never seen one in real life, a DIY like fairy costume, but I want to so bad. So if one of you makes a DIY fairy costume, please DM me pictures because I want to see it because I know it will be so, so good. But a huge staple, in order to be a fairy, you need the wings, you know? So if you don't want to make them, you can do what I did this year for my Bibble costume. Yeah, Bibble, you heard that correctly. But I did buy just wings online because it was super cheap and easy. And I knew I didn't want to do the DIY version again because I don't have the time this year with my new job, and I'm also very aware of the fact that I don't have the patience to do it all over again. But on top of that, for a fairy costume idea, make a little crochet bucket hat as well, in the shape of a flower. I think that would be so cute. I've made one of these before and I got so many compliments on it, and I'm kind of sad because I did sell it, so I got something out of it. And to be honest, I don't think I was gonna wear it again, but it was so cute. It was like this little tulip bucket hat in the shape of like a flower, and it was pink. It was really cute. And then I made like a little matching costume with it. As far as fairy costumes go, there's a lot of different ways to do that. Again, you don't have to make it yourself, but you can make a little matching set. I think anything really like almost overly girly is adorable for fairy costumes. I feel like that's one of those things where you just kind of like gotta like fully commit. I feel like little dresses, anything with ruffles, anything pinks or purples, greens, purples, you know, anything of that realm I think is so cute. And again, this is one of those ideas that would be so fun to do with a group of people. I imagine each of you is like, do any of you guys remember like the fairy books, like the Rainbow Fairy like squad books? There's like dozens of them, but I like read them all when I was in elementary and middle school, and I absolutely adore those books so much. But I think it would be so not funny, it'd be so cute to take that and each of you be a different fairy and like match it to your personality. You're kidding me? That'd be so cute. Another idea that's kind of like based off of like a character would also be Strawberry Shortcake. Again, there's so many characters in that and all of them are so cutesy. I feel like it's one of those costumes where there's like definitely more elements to it, so you'd kind of just like style it more and it would take a little bit more time. But I definitely think you could DIY that, especially with like thrifting and everything. I feel like that's like, if you guys are into thrifting, I highly recommend, if you like want to get more into it, or if you're trying to form like a Halloween costume, I would just walk around the aisles in like a Goodwill or a Savers. And I promise you, as you're walking through, you'll see an element and you'll be like, wait, this would be perfect for this type of costume. But I feel like it's a great way to like come up with a last minute costume idea, or if you already know what you're going to be and styling it that way, super easy. But I feel like Strawberry Shortcake is very doable. I think it would definitely take a little bit more effort, but it would be so cute, especially with like a group of people. You guys could all be different characters. And if you have pets, because they have pets in the show, you guys could like take them with you if they're like socialized. Don't like do that to a cat that like hates being outside, or like make them suffer at like a frat party. Don't do that. Don't do it. But if you're this guy, he lives. He's cleaning those murder mittens. Oh yeah. There he is. Look at him go. But anyway, Strawberry Shortcake, adorable, perfect. I love her. Okay, my next costume idea I'm very excited about. I am not gonna do it this year, I just don't have the time, but next year I want to keep it in the log of my mind somewhere in there, so that next year, like 2 months ahead, I can be like, oh yeah, I want to be that again, and I can do it. But crochet mermaid costumes, they're so good. They're so aesthetic, they're so pretty and like flowy. Like I really want to see a baddie in like a mermaid costume. I know it would eat, like it would look so good. There's like really lacy designs you could make. You could add like shells to like into the yarn. There's lots of different, I'll like insert like the pictures because it's kind of hard to explain it, but they're all just very flowy, very beachy, very like blues and like greens, purples. Think of like very like earth tones and like the water, you know? That sounded so dumb. I've never sounded more dumb in my life than filming this video. I have had such a long day. I'm not even joking. Like I was originally gonna be like filming like a, oh, spend the weekend with me video, like alone, because you guys like last time I filmed one of those. And then this morning I got up. First of all, last night I cried myself to sleep because I've been so overwhelmed. And then literally like this morning I woke up and like it was event after event after event. I have cat sitting, which is like great. Like I volunteer to distribute. I love these children so much. I love them. But then as I was leaving, one of the cats tried to leave the house. She like ran for it and I was like, oh my God. it's day one of cat sitting and I've already lost a fucking cat. And she like booked it. Luckily she like every time I would like go to snag her, she'd leave. She'd like run farther. I was like, fuck. And so I like kept going after her like slowly. I wasn't running after her because obviously an animal, when you run, it runs away. And so I was like, Griselda, I was like yelling at her. I was like, Griselda, get over here. Griselda, get. And she like wasn't listening. She was like, me? I'm good. I'm good. And so I got her. She like looked away for 1 minute because she heard something in the trees. I'm not kidding, I jumped her. I jumped the cat and I like scooped her up and she was like, meow, meow. She like wanted to get out. She was like, no, like let me go. And I went to put her in the house. And so I had the keys in one hand and Griselda like this, like in my other hand, like tucked to my chest. And I like went to open the door. And as I was opening the door, I dropped the keys. And so I like kind of like, I took Griselda and I like pushed her inside. She was fine. She was inside. And then I knew that the keys dropped and I was like, oh no. And I went to pick them up and they weren't on the ground. And I was like, and I looked to the side and there's like this little like opening on the side of the like house that essentially just goes to like straight dirt. It's like 3 feet of a drop off. And then it just like, it's like this small little section. And my keys, of course, they didn't fall on the ground. They fucking fell, but then they slid under the house. My keys were under the literal house in like this 3-foot like cave. And so like, it's like this, I'll show like a picture of it so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I ended up being like, okay, I just dropped my house keys for not only this house, but also my actual house. So when I eventually go back home from cat sitting, I can't even get in there because those are the keys. I can't like lock myself in this house or like leave without locking the doors because those are the keys and they're under the house. And so I was like looking and I found like this little opening and it was like, there were spiders everywhere, first of all, and it's like dirt and it's like dark. And so I had my phone flashlight on and I literally, after like staring at it for a while, I was like, I'm just gonna grab them. And so I crawled underneath it and then got the keys. Like nothing, like thank God, like nothing happened. I didn't get a bit. I haven't found any spiders on me. It better not. But I retrieved the keys. So humbling. So yeah, first day cat sitting, almost lost the house keys to this house and my house and the cat. Today's just not my day. And then on top of that, I was like, okay, I've been in this house so many times. I know where the Dunkin' is. I've been to the same Dunkin' Donuts so many times, right? I like go to the Dunkin' Donuts and I'm feeling good. And I'm like, I know where I am. I know where I am. I know where Dunkin' Donuts is. I've been there dozens of times. Turns out I didn't know where this Dunkin' Donuts was. I like thought I did, but like clearly not well enough. Turns out I am still directionally challenged and have not grown from that. And so I ended up going 20 minutes in the wrong direction because I was like, okay, I think I just go loop around. I GPS now forever. I learned my lesson, even though I have gone to the same place dozens of times. I still don't know where I am. So that's how my day's been. I did ultimately get my Dunkin' Donuts and I am feeling better. No cats were harmed. All of them are alive in the house. Keys are back where they belong and Dunkin' Donuts has been retrieved. So yes, that was a long side note. I don't know how I got there. I'm so sorry. Back to the video. Okay, like I was saying, mermaid costumes, absolutely beautiful. Want to see a baddie in them. I love them. So pretty. There's lots of ways I feel like you could do that and I'd accomplish it. As well as that, an easy peasy costume, back to the hat idea, cowboy hats. Super easy, super simple. Like literally, I feel like that's a one-day project, if that. Don't quote me on that, if it ends up not being that. But I think, in theory, it would work out fairly quickly. Like it would take a few hours. Probably, it would take longer than the bucket hat. Don't get me wrong. But you could still do it like on a Saturday afternoon. You could do that. You could make it happen, you know? But I feel like those would be so fun and like easy. And again, you could make one for you and your friends if you really wanted to. You guys could be a group of cowboys. Just saying. Okay, and I'm gonna end that video here because now I'm just going on rants. But I hope you guys like this video. If there's any more Halloween decoration, if there's any more Halloween inspiration videos that you guys would like to see, let me know. Sooner the better, so that way I can have them to you before Halloween. if there's any holiday inspiration videos you guys want to see, or any type of content you guys want to see. You guys want to see me like vlogging and actually like, if I make it out of the house one day without dropping my keys, you know, underneath the house, do you guys want to see like vlogs and like that kind of stuff? Or do you guys want to see thrifting videos? Do you guys want to see, like, now that I moved, do you guys want to see apartment decorating videos? Do you guys want to see, I don't know, just anything? Let me know and I'll make it happen. But I love you guys so much. If you guys like this video, or even if you hated it, please like this video. And also feel free to subscribe. I will have my Instagram down below. If you follow me on there, I will love you forever. And as well as that, I will have my Pinterest, so you guys can find the links to all of these there. I love you guys so much. Bye.